with me, I have International Master Rakesh Kulkarni. Hi Rakesh, how are you?
Hi Niranjan, I'm doing great. How are you doing?
I'm doing better than I saw you last time for moment. Yeah, I'm doing better, and I'll start with one question. What is
Yes.
one thing which shocked or surprised you about the 4 rounds in Tata Steel?
Um, I would say the sheer number of decisive games.
Oh, I mean with
Also
such.
fighting chess with that.
So you're comparing it with the previous editions of Tata Steel.
Yeah, I also, if you remember, we were discussing this in Kolkata as well, that when like the Tata Steel organizers managed to find a great mix of youth and experience. So probably that is why we are seeing so many decisive results. And it's always fun to watch, a young guy will go all out. Otherwise, normally just some stars, they play each other so much, they just take draws after 20-25 moves and go ahead. So that is one difference saw in the first four games. But what were you thinking of?
I think the biggest shock for me is Dubov versus Vidit, where Dubov, like after playing a move like Rook takes B7, he slipped. That was a shock. I mean, personally, I felt Dubov will clinch this after Rook B7, but after Rook F6, I started
Yeah.
having some doubts, but then I left. Okay, I was not watching the game live, and then after an hour, I see it's changing. Suddenly, it's Vidit who is winning, and that result baffled me. Like I was not expecting only from that position that Vidit would win. That is one thing that really like shocked me in a way and surprised me in a pleasant way. That okay, Vidit went on to win against Daniel Dubois, who is considered as one of the like geniuses when it comes to opening preparations.
Yeah, and you're very right about that. And also, if you remember, in the last couple of years, he had two games in the top three of Game of the Year. Once where he mated Hasmus Swane with his king coming to A3 last, I think 2020 that was.
Acha.
But great slip by Dubov, but a fantastic recovery by Vidit. And also, hello, welcome everyone in the chat. Welcome to everyone watching. So yeah, I really feel that might be one result which could change the whole tempo of the tournament for Vidit.
And for you personally, what has been the best part so far? I have an answer prepared. I mean, I really enjoy that aspect of Tata Steel chess. In 2022, this is a trend for a very different genre of content. So I'm going to ask you about this. Which is one aspect of Tata Steel you are enjoying?
Um, yeah, I'm enjoying everything, but like live cameras is one very good thing. It's not just we just put one camera and it's done. It's like you can zoom into the players, you can see what they are doing and all those things. That is what something I really like. Plus also Anish Giri joining the commentary team yesterday was amazing, with like one of like our commentators, Robert Hess. He also interacted with him very nicely. And big shout out to our chess.com colleagues in Tata Steel who are running a fantastic show.
Yeah, before I answer that question myself, let me say hi to Likit, Rupakshi, Avni Krishna, Bhaskar, and Shoban. Yes, this stream is exclusively for the audience, for the lovers of the game. So, me and
Yep.
Rakesh are going to take questions from your side. And hello, Mr. Chess. And for me, the highlight of Tata Steel Chess so far has been the meme, the meme category.
Okay. Yeah. I really like that as well. And yes, hello to everyone in the chat. Do let us know your questions. And since Mary is talking about the memes, let's also hear which was your favorite meme so far from this event.
For me, the edit that I did with it Gujarati dance compilation, I think was very good. But
Yeah.
in addition to that, I would like to highlight one meme that a lot of people are not aware about.
Which one is that?
Yeah, so I'll try to bring that. Meanwhile, you can share the meme that you like. I will bring that meme up.
Yeah, I really like that one where Dubov's sadness, guys. So you can also check out these videos after our stream. Meanwhile, keep your questions coming to us. So we are uploading these short clips that we did in during the World Championship as well. So Dubov's sadness is nice, and also with it dancing from side to side for about a couple of minutes. Then Prague doing the same was a fantastic addition, like second addition to that. And also, I think I really liked one more where Magnus, yesterday, Magnus and his good friend and second Jordan ran for his drew the game, and then they did this Wakanda style bow and salute. So I really liked that one also as well, which happened yesterday.
Okay, I'll bring out two memes that you will definitely like. Okay, I'm just
Okay.
saving it. So this happened in the game between Ganguly and Ganguly. I'll bring that up. Wait,
Mm-hmm.
which was it? Tata Steel Challengers, and let me bring that game. Oh, hold on. Yeah, this is the game. All right. So I will now bring that image.
Oh yes, and Shobhan is also right. Absolutely. Vidit looking into our soul is also amazing. When Vidit is looking sideways and suddenly he looks into the camera
And that
for
music
like
effect why our editor was good.
brilliant work by Sahil by there. And also Fiona's reaction. If you see the video, Fiona is a little scared when that happens. So yes, Shobhan, that was a great one as well.
Okay, so on my screen, I am going to bring that meme. This is not a meme that I created. It's created by one of the strong grandmasters of India, and that's Arvind Chidambaram.
Oh
Uh,
yes, I saw that. Yes, I remember
so
that.
I'll bring that up. So it's fun. All right, so dear viewers, so this is the meme that I was talking about. Um, Okay, so on my left, you can see the position that appeared in the game between Darda,
Daniel,
Daniel,
yeah, Daniel Darda.
and Arvind Chidambaram. So the thing is, in this
No,
position,
and Surya Ganguly.
yeah, Surya Ganguly, sorry. Darda Daniel is white, and in this position, he's playing Rook G2. Okay, and what you will think, oh, this is such a horrible blunder. And then it's horrible blunder, it looks like it because of rook check, right? And then when you're taking text pawn, it's a stalemate. So
Taylor, beautiful.
this meme was brought to my notice. But I mean, I watched it on Instagram, and I'm now getting the meme reaction that Arvind Chidambaram did. He said, "This is Darda Daniel offering a draw, and this is Dhoni in the form of Ganguly here, saying, "अरे पता तो है stalemate तो हो ही जाएगा."
Yeah,
But
like dude, really, that is Dhoni's reaction. Like, come on, we are not like really.
then comes one moment which is from a movie called as VIP. Have you heard of it, Rakesh? It's called
Yeah,
Win
I
and
have
All.
heard of VIP, but I've not watched it sadly.
Ah, okay. So here is that game, and I'm bringing that position. See, this is the game in which Vidit Gujarati was black, and we talked about this at the beginning that after rook takes b7. When I saw this position, I thought it's lost. Okay, I did not check the evaluation. I'm now
Uh-huh.
getting the position. See, and there is a dialogue between two characters in that movie where he says, "You also thought the same way that I thought of," and that meme is
Uh-huh.
conveyed by Arvind in through this position. Let me get it. Yeah, I think it's this. One moment. Yeah, it's this. Yeah, so I'm getting that.
I think Arvind like has a safe backup plan with us, like to become the meme. Like I'm just loving his memes that he's sharing on his Instagram page.
Yeah, so this is the meme. He says, Ningalo in the position plus minus na Ninichinga means you also thought that this position is plus minus, right?
And then Rook F6 comes.
Yeah. But surprisingly, its evaluation is not white clearly winning. It's just slightly better, practical chances. So I think kudos to Vidit for pulling that amazing victory over Daniel Dubois. All right. Over to you,
Yeah.
Rakesh. Now I showed you the meme content. I mean, there are other different memes, like even the meme between I think Nils and somebody. They are trying to understand what to settle with. Should we go namaste? Should we do handshake? Or should we do fist bump? That was another interesting, funny moment for me.
Yeah. Yeah, I think plenty of memes as well, but also it's great that, chess being such a serious sport or considered like, of intellect. So this mix is very nice. Like, people are loving it. So many more people are getting attached to the game. In fact, even one of the memes shared on chess.com social media page was made by our CEO as well. Was
Yes.
So it's very nice that everyone is coming together. The fans and the viewers also love memes, and that's just the power of memes, I think, Niranjan.
Yeah, I think the power of relatability is high in
Yeah.
memes. If I just put a position and say, let's say white to play and win, is one way. But if I say, let's say I bring a Ferreira Fairy character and maybe get a
Yep.
bangle, and then the response is way different. All right. Before we go to some questions, let us show the standings to our viewers.
Yep. Also, guys, welcome to who all have joined in late. We are doing a Tata Steel round 4 recap, like round 1 to round 4 recap. So do put in your questions in the chat and smash the like button if you haven't already.
Yes. Uh, when you look
And
at the
thank you,
standing,
thank you, Akshay. Akshay saying Chesscom India has better clips than Chesscom clips. So that's a big plus for us. So
yeah, I'm glad. I'm glad. Thank you very much. And I mean, it's all because of the players. Clips exist because players are interesting characters themselves. And I think the world, or let's say the people who have got introduced to chess in the recent months or years, are finding these moments interesting or funny. But for us, the movements of Vidit or Prananda are pretty natural. We see that in every Indian tournament. Some I have seen some people doing this and this.
yeah,
so
yeah, yeah, yeah.
so for us it was normal, but now when we look at it from a new angle, it all adds up and becomes a meme or a meme content.
Yeah. Oh, also, Mr. Chess is right. Anish Giri reading with its mind was also one of well, like an amazing meme. Like when he said Vidit is not
Meme number
getting many
27.
views on YouTube, so he's telling Anish for a raid. So
Also
it's so
forgetting
amazing. Like,
password.
yeah, yeah, it's amazing. So, and hello to everyone joining in Sports with Anish. Hello, 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 everyone. And here, Niranjan has brought up the standings of the Steel Masters event after round 4. And boy, oh boy, Niranjan, are you happy? Chat, are you happy to see our boy Vidit Gujarati leading the event with 3 out of 4, unbeaten?
Yeah, I see. When I predicted, I thought it's the other way around. I thought Vidit will start slowly and then
Yeah,
accelerate, but he has started very well, and it is Pragnananda who started slowly and then he's won. So one thing is clear. If you observe, I'm not a big statistician, but I mean, I'm not good with statistics. But I can say every Indian in these two events, challengers and grandmasters, has scored a win.
yeah, that is true. And also, it is great to see that both Indians are leading, like two Indians are leading both the events. So we will come to that as well. But Niranjan, just want to know your thoughts, and also chat. You can let us know your thoughts in the chat about this performance of Virat. Like, did you said that you didn't expect him to start off with the bang, but 3 out of 4 is amazing. It's at such an event.
Yeah, I mean, if I had a chance to ask Vidit, I would have asked this. Were you expecting a start of this sort? And that too leading beyond Magnus and being in a top position. But okay, it's not right to ask him now. So, not a good
Yeah.
idea to disturb him now. Let him focus on the event. But after the event, God willing, he does really well. We will definitely ask him. Because as a chess player myself, I am really interested in knowing whether, like, I feel there are two types of players. One who just keep playing and then they just hope for a good position and keep playing and then hope for the best. And then there are other sort of players who actually have a goal and they have a clear idea that they want to get to this position or they want these many points. I have seen both kinds of players. So I am very curious to see in which category does Vidit fall into considering this particular event.
That's a great question. I think Vidit just likes to, like he said in his interviews as well, that he likes to be a perfectionist. He just likes to play the best and objective with the position. If the win comes, a win comes, and if like both the sides play perfect chess, it's going to be a draw. So kya farak padta hai? So, but still, 3 out of 4 is a great score, and we are seeing many of you in the chat being more active now and saying, who's Ayushman asking who's leading in the challenger section? That is our Indian boy, 17-year-old Arjun Erigasi. So, we are everywhere basically. And also, Mr. Chess is saying the editor really deserves a huge round of applause for his creativity. That's true, but also, guys, credit should not be taken away from Neri, who's also pushing him and bringing new ideas and mixing it up. Who's also
Yeah.
clipping these videos. So shout out to Niranjan as well for
Thank you,
that.
thank you. Yeah, it's
And
all at the end of the day a very nice team effort. And speaking of team effort, I'm very happy to say that I've completed 2 years with chess.com and cheers to many more ahead.
oh yes, absolutely. So congratulations to Niranjan for his second year anniversary, and we hope many more to come. So guys, let's have Niri OP in the chat as well.
Yeah, yeah, thank
It's
you.
like Niranjan, did you think it's 2 years have been completed? It's gone so fast in this COVID times.
Yeah, yeah. I remember some of the great highs of the let's say of my relationship with chess.com, and it just keeps on growing. And also the
Yeah.
work culture is something that I really like. I get to learn a lot here, be it editing or be it designing a thumbnail or be it delivering a game talk. So I have, I think, improved my skills in these areas, but at the same time, I know that there is so much to improve, and my work here is helping me not only be good but also keep learning and get better. So I really love being here on chess.com. And Rakesh, how many years have you completed now?
I completed 4 in November, so 4 and 1/4.
Oh, all right. So you are a senior.
It doesn't matter. Anyway, on that note, guys, we do have plenty of more job opportunities for you guys. So I'm just writing a link in the chat. So feel free to go and apply there if you think you are eligible for one of those roles. We'd love to grow our family here in India and have more employees working for this amazing website. So, oh, I think it has to be www. Hold on, I'll just write it again.
Okay.
And yeah, let's see a couple more questions in the chat. um I really hope Vidit wins this tournament. I'll be most happy if he beats Duda. Shobhan Batterjee,
Uh,
that is a very good point. But Niranjan, remember we discussed something about Duda and Vidit.
Correct, correct. We discussed it in the preview that he has been so far been the nemesis of with it. But Rakesh, let us bring a personal angle here, and you tell me. You
Yeah.
might have had some personal nemesis. You may prefer not to share the name, but I would definitely like to know: did you overcome your nemesis, and if you did, what was the strategy you employed, or are you still in the process of discovering the right approach?
No, no. So I'll share the name as well. He's like my good friend, so it doesn't matter at all. But it's like we had this kind of healthy rivalry at the start, and till a good age point, and we are both from the same city, Mumbai. So it started off like I was never the person who used to win the tournament, and like we both used to be leading at a point, and then I used to lose the game against him. So it happened at all times, and finally at the 2011 World Junior, I think Niranjan, you were also playing
I
in
was there,
Chennai.
yeah. Chennai, yes, I
Yeah.
was there.
So in that World Championship event, I finally managed to win my first ever game against him. So it was like I was losing to him at all levels, state, like district, city, zone, state, nationals as well. And then finally at a world event, I managed to beat him. And after that, I've managed to beat him a couple more times. And he has also like gone into other work. So he's an international master himself, but he's not like working on chess. So that's why I got to increase my got to increase my plus score a little bit, scored a few more wins. But yeah, the strategy, I didn't employ anything. I was just lucky in that game. But I just felt that if I had to win one game after losing, I don't know, 10, 15, 20 games in my childhood, the world level has to be a great stage. So that is where I won. And that night I had the best sleep of my life because I finally felt okay, he is not God. My opponent can be beaten. And his name is my good friend, guys, is International Master Aditya Udeshi from Mumbai.
Oh, yes. Coincidence, I don't know, but he has also been one of my nemesis in my career. But by the
Okay.
time I got better, he was out of chess, so I could not
Exactly.
really get my
Do
chance.
you have someone else also, Niranjan?
Yeah, I did. I suffered a lot because of this one international master from Tamil Nadu. I had 10 losses in classical games
10.
straight.
Okay.
And in the 11th game, I tried to understand why am I losing to him. I should have done this maybe at the end of third game, but then at the end of
Hmm.
sixth or seventh loss, I felt that maybe he just knows how to win against me all the time. And some games have gone beyond 6.5 hours. And
Okay.
what used to happen is, just when I was about to lead the event, he would come and defeat me. Then I employed a very specific strategy against him, as well as the strategy in the event. So I had lost to him like 6 days ago, okay, in Mumbai. And
Mm-hmm.
so after Mumbai, there is always this IFL, then there is Delhi Open, right? Parshanath. So
Right.
in the train, I wrote down, because I lost the last round to him, I wrote down why am I losing to him, and then I devised a strategy to keep my mind at a very high level every round. Okay, so in that event, I used a particular song to keep my mind at a very high level. So I used to go by bus. During my bus, I used to listen to that song. Prior to the round, I used to listen to that song. But what happened is, in one of the rounds, I was now paired against him, and
Okay.
then I knew that he has some very risky repertoire, and it's either going to be like a win or a loss kind of an opening. He's going to play Benko, I knew. So what I did is, for that particular game, I just did self-talk that I'm playing white. I'm playing white and I'm playing the best move. I'm playing white, I'm playing the best move. So I'm playing against black and I'm playing white pieces. And at one point, I just forgot the entire situation because I was so engrossed in the complications of the position. I just forgot that my opponent is Sham Nikhil, and then I won.
Okay. Wow,
So that
that's
was,
awesome.
I mean, I made a grandmaster norm in that event. So that was really, really great.
Yeah, and also I say Shobhan also has this problem of nemesis in bullet chess. So, like Niranjan, maybe you could have a song that you listen to. I do that, guys. Like, I just listen to one song and I go crazy with it. And I don't change the song until I'm winning. So, Shobhan, you can try to use Niranjan's tips there as well.
Yeah.
And guys, yes, jobs are mostly open to preferably above 18, but I see. Uh, Sports with Tanish asking for under 18. I think mods are something that you can join with us already. And so feel free to let us know in an email and we'll be happy to look into it.
Magnus is my Magnus, or maybe some guy whose username
No,
is
that's
Magnus.
Magnus. That is pet name for Magnus from Mr. Chess, trolling a little.
Acha. Okay, that I don't know. I have not played against Magnus yet, so I have no idea how we beat him. But I think our grandmaster from India, the guy from Kolkata, Mitriba Guha, will have the answer because he's defeated him.
Yeah.
And coming to Tata Steel, Rakesh, what was your favorite end game of the event so far?
My favorite endgame was Richard Rappo versus Jordan Van Forest in round two, I think.
What
It
happened in
was
that game?
So it was a very simple looking knight end game with equal pawns, 6 pawns for both sides. Suddenly, a few powerful moves by Rappo, and then with perfectly, of course, it was going to be a draw, but Jordan Van Foy is the defending champion. He cracked under pressure and he made a blunder, and after that was a beautiful conversion. So अगर guys आपको लगता है अरे ये तो ड्रॉ ही है या फिर इसमें कुछ हो नहीं सकता है, सिर्फ 5 5 पॉन है, 6 6 पॉन है, या फिर नाइट एंड गेम किंग एंड पॉन एंड गेम तो ड्रॉ ही होता है,
Mm-hmm.
So I would highly recommend you do study that and do check that game out,
Yeah.
just for the yeah, it's up. Yeah. So just amazing game here, guys, and beautiful point. And if you can go to the move where I think he plays e4, Niranjan,
Okay.
and fe4, knight e4 check. He didn't play that. I think he
Yeah,
played
he
for
played knight
e4. He played
d7.
knight d7. But the you think are fe4, knight e4 check, knight into e4, king into e4, and black is lost. Correct.
Yes, correct.
And this is what both the players thought. But e4, fe4, knight e4 check, you can just go king e7, and the game is still a draw.
Oh,
So
okay.
beautiful point that was shown by Robert Hess and Fiona, amazing commentators for our event there. But I really like that point.
Okay, this is a moment that I was not aware of. So thank you for bringing this to my attention. One of the
Yeah, and
things,
Aman is also saying, Aman in the chat, that Jordan played knight d7. That was a blunder. Absolutely right, guys. And that brought down his downfall, his first loss in Vikenzi in this event for about like 15 games now.
yeah. So that move e4 I think is very instructive for all those who are here right now. You can also use this position and play against a computer. Like you go to chess.com/analysis. Maybe I can just show it to viewers. This is what I also recommend to players who are willing to improve, my students, that if a position like this, let's say we go a little behind and put this position, you can play with both colors to understand the different strategies you can employ with white and black. Like there is an option here on chess.com where, let me just increase the screen length so you will know what I'm talking
Yeah,
about.
that would be
Yeah,
Super Alex is saying Prag for world number one. Badhiya, bhai, badhiya. Definitely, he's on his way.
yeah. So here the board is visible. You can see this share, and here you can click on PGN and copy this fan. And this fan, if you copy and then go to chess.com/analysis and then paste the fan here, and then you see this option. Let me further change and show it. The option that I want to show you is this one. It's called practice versus computer. And you click on this, you actually get to play a custom position against computer, and you can also change the level you want to play, and I think you can play with both colors. So this is a good example on how to practice technical endgames. Alright, over to you Rakesh. We talked about endgame. What about your favorite middle game?
Yeah, just before we go there, I just wanted to take a couple of questions from the chat. Mr. Chess, well, you're lucky if you have played Magnus 3 times already, so go to work on that. And Sports with Tanish and Khyati, of course, guys, go ahead and apply for the jobs. For please don't apply for everyone, just apply for the ones where you think are the most suitable, and our team will be happy. And of course, uh, great that I think at the start there were very few employees, but we are already like about 5 6 people now, so more the merrier, guys. And India has a very big user base, so we'll be happy to have more of you, so feel free to apply, guys. And coming back to Niranjan's question, middle game. Wait, firstly, you didn't say your favorite end game. You also have to mention
My
that.
favorite end game, I would say the way Pragnananda converted yesterday against Grandilius Nils. I think
Yeah.
it's like no scope for any error. The way he converted, I liked it. No,
And
when
six
you,
and a half hours.
yeah, 6.5 hours.
So,
That was a highlight. We have also shared that game. And Chess D is saying some question that, yes, Chess D, you are right. We are going to get Samai on chess.com/TV very soon. He's going to play, I think, our CEO.
yes, that is right. And it will be very late, but yeah, we'll try to have a clip of that on our channel as well, so definitely.
And about middle game, I have a very simple answer. I liked the move Rook H1 of Richard Rapport, which we shared everywhere. That was a nice
And
one.
that was beautiful. That was a simple tactic but elegant. Like normally these, the tactics that are published in books or puzzle rush tactics are don't happen at such a high level. So it was nice
Correct.
to see that tactic.
So what about your choice in middle game?
I really liked this game, Magnus versus Jordan Van Forest. There was not one like just one move, but the end game play was super high. And if you see Jordan's Rook G7 move was very nice.
Okay, so let's
So
bring that up and show our viewers what Rakesh is talking about. All right, so this is Magnus Carlsen's game. Let's make it big against Jordan Van Forest. And one thing to share is that if you do not know already, Van Forest Jordan has worked for Magnus Carlsen during the World Championship match.
yep,
And the move that Rakesh is talking about is here after King G1. You can see so many things are happening. Rook is hanging, the bishop is hanging, this rook is also unprotected, and in such a situation, the king has nobody to guard the back rank. But here he goes rook g7 because on queen takes f5 he has bishop f4 check, which is cute, as king h1 is met by Tata, bye bye, checkmate on f1.
yeah, beautiful. And the fact that this, if you see, Narendra, this was move number 39, and both of them were down to their last seconds to
Yeah,
make these moves. So fantastic defensive move, Rook G7 there.
and so after rook b8, bishop d8, the game actually ended.
Also, Niranjan, if you notice, after Rook G7,
Uh-huh.
Rook B8 is the only move that draws. Otherwise, Magnus is lost. So,
Yeah.
very high class game there by both players.
Yeah, I mean, there is another move, but it's not so easy to spot, I would say. This move is actually there, rook into c6. The
Oh,
point
yeah,
is
yeah,
if
yeah.
queen
Sorry. Rook
c6.
into C6 is also there. Yeah,
So this is
that's right.
like a very engine type of draw. I would not have found this, to be honest, I'm sure. But okay, this rook b8 check followed by this was how the game ended, and ultimately it was a draw. But I really like after Dubov, this Jordan Van Forest opening choices are very interesting. For example, he played e4 c5, nf3 d6, nf3 e6, bishop nf3 nc6, bishop c4,
Yeah.
and that's I think a new trend these days to put bishop on c4 like Italian game, but it's not Italian. But yeah, that was one. If you pick opening, I have a clear favorite. What about you? Opening of the event.
Oh, that is G4 by Muhammad Yarov.
Yeah, here
Easy.
our answers are matching. Okay,
That was very.
but I have a statistic for you, Rakesh. A stat.
Yeah.
There is one Indian player who has played G4 before Mamedyanov, and he's played it live on chess.com.
Oh, maybe Adiban?
No. Let's
Arvind
see.
Chidambaram.
Let's ask the chat. Who do you think has played G4 that Adiban, sorry, not Adiban, that Mamedyanov played? There's one Indian player who played it on chess.com way before Mamedyanov.
Yeah. And meanwhile, guys, I'll just finish off, wrap up the questions. Yes, Sports with you can. What do I choose in the Google Forms? I mean, you can write your own email and just answer the questions there. I'm not sure what is the problem. Aman Singh is saying best opening was Karyakin versus Anish. Yeah, that was sad. See, that is what I was talking about Niranjan earlier. These young players will never take a 10 move draw against anyone because they never know if they will be invited to Tata Steel next year or no. So they are going to fight it out.
Yeah, it's
Uh,
like they feel
yeah,
it's their time to shine, and if they don't, then there might be a delay. So they better give their best and play until the very end.
right. And Uncle Jen, yeah, we don't stream the games live because already we have people on site who are streaming the event with cameras. So we just share their streams for our viewers. So we don't compete against our own. And where was one more question?
Ritu Patel, hi, hi Rushil, hi Lalit and Anukul.
Hello, guys. Hello, Rushil. And guys, do smash the like buttons if you're just joining in. So I will be taking plenty of more questions at the end of our stream, and happy to answer all of your questions. Yes, so we had some answers as well. Vidit, Nihal, Surya. So Niranjan, if you can share the answer.
Yeah, the answer I'll bring it up. Let's see. Answer. Okay, be ready to witness the answer. All right, all right. So here is
Sports with Tanish, actually, Tanish, you can just email it to us. Like you can email to support or email to either Niranjan or me as well. So we'll have it in the records. Anukul Jain is saying Prague. Prague has played G4. Is that right?
no. Unfortunately, no. Your answer is wrong. I'm going to bring the answer to your screen now. Look at this. It's
Ooh,
played
Lalit is
by
saying, yeah.
it's played by Niranjan. It's me.
Oh, you have played G4?
Yeah.
Way, no way.
Yeah, yeah.
No way.
I
Was that
played
a
it.
mouse slip? Tell me.
No, no, no. It was a
You have
deliberate.
prepared this.
Yeah, I did look at it because I do Title Tuesday. I try to come up with new lines in most of the Title Tuesdays. For example, yesterday I came up with e4 e5, knight f3, knight c6, bishop b5, g5. Originally
Oh,
not my
wow.
move. It was tried by Magnus Carlsen before. But this d4 and f6 g4 I found it on my own. Like I played it on my own without checking any other games. This Catalan g4.
But is it your idea then?
D4 and F6, C4, E6, G4 is not my idea. I played it without referring anything and I played it
Okay.
before Mehmet Yarov played it. That's the only thing I wanted to share.
Cool. That's pretty cool though. What
Yeah.
was the result, by the way?
I won this game.
Crushed him.
My opponent was a woman FIDE master.
Nice.
Yeah, it just happened to
Chat
be
is
a
very
woman.
impressed, Niranjan. If you look at the chat, chat is very happy with your name reveal and your result.
Oh, okay. Thank you, chat. If you want to see more such surprises, do join Title Tuesday. And I have a good news for all of you who are watching Title Tuesday. We have new time from February. Naya
Yep.
Title Tuesday, Naya time.
And double title Tuesday is going to happen. So we listened to the Indian players, and we I think you remember, Niranjan, we had done a promise to Vidit as well about this. So happy to share this with that we'll have double title Tuesdays with more money for the title players as well as more opportunities there.
Yeah. So starting February, we might have a starting time of 9:30 p.m. Not official
Mhm.
yet, but this is an inside news. I'm happy to share with the Indian community because you follow streams on our channel, so that will be a good addition. Because we have one at 9:30, another I will be at probably at 4:30. And thank you, Aman, Shobhan, Aman, and Siddhesh, Mr. Chess. And also Rapid Championship. Yes, that's right. We also have Rapid
Yeah,
Championship coming.
that's going to be amazing, guys. Okay, all right. So Niranjan, let's shift to the challengers event. Then let's discuss a little bit more about how our boys are doing there.
Yes. About Arjun, one thing I can definitely say is that he has had a shift in the way he is approaching players because you see, yesterday the situation demanded that he wins because he was playing against a player who was having a difference in rating, so he chose the King's Indian. So I would say the master is probably the master behind this repertoire choice or this opening choice is probably Srinath.
Yep, definitely. Who is with him in vacancy? So let's have Arjun and Srinath OP also in the chat because fantastic prep, and I think it's just that he scored 3.5 out of 4 guys, so he's leading with half a point more than Vidit is leading in the other event. But also his games have been like great. Even in the win against Max yesterday, like 2 days ago, he like I just had a word with Srinath and he said everything was prepared until that moment, until Max blundered. So fantastic opening prep, and hey, he's the top seed, but it's very rare we see a top seed win unless his name is Magnus Carlsen. So I'm glad to see Arjun leading this event.
Yeah, one bit of information I can share here is that he has openly revealed his goal. Like sometimes players are a little hesitant to share what they've
Yeah.
come for. Here he has clearly mentioned that his goal is to win and only the win can take him to the Masters. So he has clearly openly said it in the interview that Yeah, he wants to win
Right.
the
And
event.
yes, absolutely right. And Rushil and Rohit in the chat are also sharing that we all know Rustam Kasimzadeh is his coach. So,
Correct.
and that is not being kept a secret at all. So, even this is very hidden for most of the players, Niranjan, if you notice that they don't share their coach's name so easily. But yeah, I think you can have even Gary Kasparov behind you, but if you don't yourself put in the work or do stuff, you're never getting things done. So, kudos to Arjun and his whole team and his family. So very, very well done. Just hope it continues. Fantastic start for him. He also started very well in the rapid event in Tata Steel. Maybe
Correct.
Tata Steel, the brand is very lucky for Arjun, I guess.
Correct. And I've been following him in the last 2 years mainly, like games in particular. Otherwise, I knew Arjun Agassi was a good grandmaster and he's played a lot of Indian events. I used to play the events that he also used to play in India. But I feel the shift came after he started playing training games with Vishy Anand. I think this is my personal opinion because when you
Hmm.
play training games with an with a world champion, it changes the way you practice, the way you perceive your own self. I think that literally has changed
When,
him.
by the way, when was this change?
You see that Vishy Anand revealed this um, when he won a rapid event. He played this event and said that okay, he partially also plays a lot of training games. And in Kolkata, in the prize giving, he also revealed this openly that we have done sparring together. And even in one of the tweets, Vishy mentioned this. So it happened this year, 2021.
Okay. Yeah, definitely. I think Anand's influence, and of course, you're playing a World for champion, you will train more just to be at his level and just to play with him so many times, your level is going to go up. But I also feel he worked and also he worked for and worked with Nihal Sareen during the pandemic. That was
Ah,
also something that gave him a big boost. And then Vishy sir came and added more fuel to the fire, and now Arjun is skyrocketing. So great to see this whole like earlier otherwise Indian kids used to find these foreign sponsors or other players, and now we have our own team, our own ecosystem. That is great to see actually.
yeah. So that is a one plus thing. And speaking of our other grandmaster, Surashekar Ganguly, I think he also has been very consistent in the event. So if you
Yep.
look at the standings, let me take a quick look there of Tata Steel Challengers 2022.
Yeah, Surya is
Mm,
also doing great, guys, and we have four Indians playing, and as Niranjan pointed out, all four of them have already won a game, which is amazing, and we hope many more to come.
yep, and for the viewers, I am bringing the standings of the Challengers group, which was actually called B group before. Now it's the
Yeah.
Challengers group.
And so Arjun is leading guys with 3.5 on 4, whereas Surya Ganguly is leading with 2.5 out of 4. So it's uh, Surya is a point behind, but definitely he has good chances of making a comeback.
Yes, so if you look at Ganguly, like, do you have any favorite game that you saw of Grandmaster Ganguly?
I liked this last game with the Rook G2 move especially. That
Still
was
way.
one of yeah, it's one of those moments where you see and I thought, what? Like it maybe it's a mouse slip or maybe it's a broadcasting error, but then like that made me chuckle.
Okay, and I liked his first round win. I think the win that he played against
Oh yeah,
Morizi.
yeah, the French junior player.
Yeah, so let's get that game a little quickly. One moment, just showing the final position.
Yeah. And yes, Rohit, exactly. That is what Niranjan just pointed out earlier that both of them were facing difficulties playing each other, and suddenly it has resulted in improvement of both the players there. And also one more question. Shobhan is asking, do you think VD has a secret coach or a second himself? Yes, he has revealed that he is with Grandmaster Alon Greenfield of Israel, who is his long time
Yeah,
coach. Like in his childhood, Greenfield used to stay in India for a long periods of time training VD, and
No, he
it's
was
great to have him
from, I
again.
think, from the time I know with it. 2004, Anup sir, and then 2006 7 during that transition. So
Yeah,
there
yeah,
was a
yeah. So
brief
that's why I
stint
said
where I worked with him. During that period, also,
with
Vidit was.
Greenfield.
No, no, I worked with Vidit. At that
Okay.
time, me and Vidit were like discussing variations, being sparing partners, and 2008 9 also. But 2009 onwards, I think he also had a team. Like he not only had a coach, he had some members in his team, and then he built on. Now, I think in addition to Alon, also he might be having more players
Oh,
or some
definitely.
more
Yeah, yeah.
coaches in his team.
Definitely. That is true. And he needs it. He needs it to go to the next level. And yes, yes, Rohit, that is why we have these streams, because you can ask us questions and we will share things that you might not know about the players. So Arturo is saying, I'm rooting for Vidit. It's time to replace the great Anand. Arturo, sure, you can replace him in terms of ratings or rankings, but the
I prefer.
achievements are just too magnanimous. Even
Yeah.
Vidit is looking up to it. But yes, India hasn't had a world India number one for a long time. So maybe hopefully Vidit has entered the top 20 guys. So Vidit is world number 19 currently. This is his peak ranking ever. He has never been in the top 20 of the world. So it's great to see him, and just he has to slowly climb, and he'll get there. And Rushil, yes, the FIDE Grand Prix for which Vidit is playing. So Vidit is not going to come back to India. He is going to stay in Europe after Tata Steel, and he'll go to Belgrade after this too. And even those events are obviously rated. So it's going to be a great chance for Vidit to make strides into the top 15 or maybe the top 10.
Okay, one quick question to Rakesh. You are
Yeah.
known for stats. Tell me, what will it take with it to be India number one? 14 points? How many wins does he require?
Oh, it's difficult how many wins, but I can tell you a timeline.
Don't tell me timeline. Tell me like how we at chess.com predicted like will with Magnus reach 2900 or how many games he has to win to reach 2900. Like that, you just tell me, knowing
Oh,
the FIDE
yeah.
calculations. 14 points, how do we get?
See, he gets about three of no 5 or 6 points. He beats a player of his own rating.
No, I don't know. I
So
don't think six. No, no. Six is too much.
4 or 5 for sure. I think 5 for sure. But anyway, like I think he's around 25 wins away.
25 wins away.
Wins away. Yeah.
What are you saying? He's only 14 points behind.
Yeah, but he will also draw, he will lose a few games. I'm saying if he makes 25 good wins in a short amount of time, he'll become world India number one.
No, I still don't get the maths. Because
It's
if you.
not, he will, I'm saying he will lose also, right? He will draw a game, he will, or 20, sorry, 25 games, I'm saying, not wins. 25 games.
Okay, let's say it's round number 4. Does he have a
Yeah.
scope of being India number 1 in just 7 games? In the next 7 games, if he wins, let's
Yeah,
say 4
possible, but it
games.
is very difficult. No, he's not playing kids. He's playing the world's best player. So he won't win every game. He might draw, he might win a few, he might also lose 1 or 2 games. But I'm saying it's a good chance that the next 10 games in the next 9 games in Tata Steel, and he will get a good amount of games in the both the Grand Prix. Then we might have. So that's why I was saying a timeline of around March or April 2022 is where we might see a new India number one.
Okay, in that case, I think if he wins, let's say the pairings, that's very important to see who is paying next. Okay, let me check. Alright, let me just quickly check the pairings. So that I will, by that I think I will know who is
Yeah, yeah,
winning.
Rohit, exactly. 25 games. I didn't mean 25 wins.
Okay, so we need a page in which all the pairings are visible. Give me a moment. Mm, yep, I will tell you the pairings now. Alright, so I have the pairings. Let me also bring that on the screen. Alright, so that means in round number 5, he will play Giri. And then round
Yep.
6 he has Duda. Oh, so the second half, let's say the next half before another rest day is going to be tricky because Giri, Duda, Van Forest, Grandelius.
Yeah. Then
Okay.
Carlson. So it's Niranjan. So you were little excited and you got carried away. So I was being the logical guy here. But also shout out. We have with us Sahil Tikku, who is Mr. Chess Assist himself in the chat. So welcome Sahil Bhai to the stream. We'd like to have you on stream as well when if possible. But welcome guys.
So chess assist does a lot of stats, like he calculates and shows chess results and does a lot of things like that. Maybe he is also keeping an eye about whether Vidit will reach. It's like in cricket we see whether there will be century, like 50th century or 100th century. It's like that only, in a way, for
Oh
chess.
yeah. Oh, he might be fake also. I didn't verify it. I'll have to message him to verify it.
Oh, okay, all right.
Anyway,
I think with that, Rakesh, it's time to wrap up because we have covered everything about
yeah.
the event so far.
Just one more thing before we wrap up, Niranjan, quickly that uh, Pragnanda's coach, RB Ramesh sir,
Hmm.
tested positive, and sadly he is been isolated, but he's recovering. He is safe. That's good news for us. But Pragnanda has been shifted to a separate room, and he's staying alone. And kudos to Prag for being a fighter. He's training alone. He's eating alone. Everything he's managing on his own, and he has won a game yesterday. So speedy recovery to Ramesh sir and Paragopi.
In the
Like,
chat,
let's go.
definitely. And I remember I watched his interview yesterday, and there's one thing he said. He said that this is the first time he's staying alone in the room. So I was saying, why? I saw him in
Yeah,
Kolkata. I saw him in Chennai. Then I realized in Chennai or Kolkata he was either with RB Ramesh or Vaishali. So in any
exactly.
event
Yeah.
he is having somebody, either his mother or anybody to accompany. But this is the first time, and that too at such a grand event. So of course, if you look at it logically, I would say that it is a challenge in itself because if you have gone alone before, you know how to go about things. But now you are on your own and at a very grand stage, and there is no scope for error here. Any one error, one mistake, and it goes down. But I really liked how he carried himself. He said that he does a lot of self-talk, to keep his mental balance. He. I think you all should definitely watch that interview that Leonard did with Prague.
Yep, that was an amazing interview. And as you said, he is uh, coping, and we hope he does very well. This is like the most important event of his career so far, and we are glad to see he's doing well. And also on that good note, guys, we are about to wrap up. So if you have any last questions, do drop it in the chat, and we'll take it before we wrap up.
Yes, Aman is perfect. Like he's right. They are using Discord. All the family members of RB Ramesh family, they are listening to music on Discord, and
Yeah.
I think that's a good activity also if you are staying away from your family because songs have the power of connection and memory association with memories. Like you have listened to those songs and they bring back good emotions. So yeah, I think music is a very good resource for healing.
Yes, thanks, Aman, for sharing that. And Sahil by saying he won yesterday, he handled it very, really well. Prague is going to cross 265. अरे साहिल भाई आपके मुंह में घी शक्कर. Hopefully बहुत जल्द करेंगे and we hope 2700 भी कर जाए. But I like his timeline. Like Sahil also said, Feb end with it will cross 2751. So hoping that also happens very, very soon.
Yes, yes, and to all those who are here, Sahil also does play Title Tuesdays. I think you can also follow his Title Tuesday streams, and he sometimes starts way before all our official broadcasts begin. So he also gives a roundup of things. So do follow him. It's his YouTube channel is Chess Assist, and anything else, Rakesh?
Yeah, Rushil. I just made Rushil a mod as well because we've been seeing him so often in the chat.
Yes.
And also, he's asking why is there a difference? There's no difference if you win in white or black. It's just maybe that Dubov's rating is slightly higher or lower than Shankland's. That's why there is a point two car difference. Otherwise, it doesn't matter even if you win with white or black.
Okay. All
साहिल भाई वेट तो लॉकडाउन की वजह से बढ़ रहा होगा ना, मतलब घी शक्कर तो चलता रहेगा. Rohit is saying, bro, I missed the game too much. Can't wait for tomorrow. It's going to be Arjun versus Volodar. Yes, two very young boys and leader versus second place there. And it's going to be an exciting game again. Niranjan, as we all know, 6:30 is the time that the games start. India time 6:30. And what do you think, Niranjan? Will both our Indian boys be leading the event when we come back for the next recap show?
I would say at least in the A category, if Vidit continues playing the way he is, he will at least be in the co-leaders, if not leading the event himself
Okay.
all alone. But in the challenges category, I would say Arjun will sweep it. Like he will keep going and he'll be just consistent with his approach.
Okay.
This is based on my observation when I was with when I watched him live in Kolkata and I think that's what I feel like he is somebody who is very good at being consistent because I saw his consistency in the rapid portion. He also went on to carry that in the blitz portion, and plus he has a lot of support from people around him. He has a space, so I think when all things are set, all you need is your awareness when you're playing the game, which he is carrying very well right now. And I think Arjun Ergasing he will sweep. This is my
Yeah.
prediction. And
And he's a very flow player. If he's in form, he just doesn't. He's a bamboozer. Like just throw everyone out of the way. So I also feel the same. So Chad, let us know who do you think will be the one Indian who will be still leading when me and Niranjan will be back for the show? Will it be Vidit who will still be leading, or will it be Arjun? Let us know in the chat. Aman is asking, when is Vishy Anand's next classical tournament? I have no idea, but probably some Bundesliga event in that is a German team event. But Niranjan, do you have any insights about Anand's
there is
event?
one event happening in July. It's called Sparkers, and I don't know whether Anand is
Yeah,
playing there. I don't know.
no, no. Dortmund. He last year he played the no castling match in Dortmund against Kramnik. So
Then I think no, I have no idea. I know no idea. But to answer another question, Giri versus Vidit. If Giri plays first move D4 or C4, I think it's going to be a draw.
oh yeah, and great thing you brought up, Niri, because it's going to be Anish versus Vidit tomorrow, round five. Super excited. Two good friends, all the bromance. But finally, chessboard pe, they are fighters. They will forget that they are best of friends for a few hours. And Anish also has white, so he has great chances. But Niranjan, did you see what Anish and Vidit did before the rest day? Like on
Yeah,
the
they
yeah.
had aloo parota and paneer makhan wala. I think
Yeah,
paneer
they
butter
had
masala.
Indian food for dinner along with both of their seconds. So it's great to see them also chilling together, eating together, in spite of them knowing they're going to play each other. And I'm really looking forward to that clash tomorrow.
Yeah, I am also very excited, but it would have been a little different if Vidit was white. But if Anish is white, I feel that he is probably, in my opinion, slightly better prepared in opening stage. So I think minimum there is a
Yeah.
draw is what I feel.
Oh, many people are saying Vidit is going to beat Anish. Probably. Let's see, guys.
Let's see, let's see.
Deb, it is possible for Vidit to become the India number one, but unlikely. But it is possible, definitely.
Yeah, on numbers, yes, definitely possible. Let's see. I think if he wins 4 games in a row, it's done. Based on what Rakesh is telling me, if he wins
Yeah.
4 games in a
Yeah,
row,
even
he's done.
even even someone mentioned in the chat, right? Wins against Shankland and Dubov gives with it 4.7 points and 4.9. So roughly under 5 is the value per win.
Okay, so let's
But if he
say
beats
now.
Magnus, then he'll get 7.5
Done.
points.
That's all. So 16 points in 3 games. Done.
So hopefully, let's see, guys. Let's see. And quick draw is Mohammed's guess. Even my guess is that. But You never know. Anish has never won the Tata Steel event, and if he wants to make an impression in this tournament, this is a great round as any, because with it, will if it loses, Anish will have bragging rights for the full year.
Plus,
So,
if Vidit wins, or let's say if the match is taking place, I think then we have a lot of content space for memes. Vidit versus
oh yes,
Anish.
absolutely, absolutely, it's going to be very much fun. Okay, guys, I think my I have added everything I wanted. We have taken your questions as well. Let's hit the like button, chat. We are on 91. Let's end the stream at 100 at least. And Niranjan, any last thoughts?
Not much. I think we are going to see a lot of action in the coming days, and I'm very excited to witness it. And I'll be keeping a close watch on all these games. And let's see. This is still a long tournament because we only have completed 4 rounds, and there's still 9 rounds to go. It's like an entire big new event is still waiting. And yeah, let's see.
Yep. Yes, and guys, on that note, we just smash up the likes. Let's end at 100.
Yes.
And Niranjan's voice, mic volume is a little low. Shobit is saying we'll work on that when we are back for the second recap that happens on the next rest day, guys, after 3 rounds, I think. So we'll be back with plenty more action, guys. Do hit the like button, do subscribe to the channel for all the memes and clips if you haven't. Once again, guys, thank you so much for watching. Thank you to all the mods. Thank you to people in the chat for joining with us. And thank you to Niranjan, who is working again on his work anniversary, on his second work anniversary. So thank you, Niranjan.
Thank you, Rakesh. It was great to do this quick chat about Tata Steel, and I think it's a nice idea. We have to try this again and again, and we'll be back with another video or a stream. Until then, take care. Bye bye.
Bye, guys.